Danganronpa is weird. Congratulations, you have been chosen to attend the esteemed Hope Speak Academy, where you'll be specially trained to become a symbol of hope. All you have to do is practice and perfect the ultimate talent that you were chosen for. What, you were already doing that, which is how you got that talent in the first place, and you attending the school is basically useless in that regard? Well, the thing about that is, shut up. It's also completely unnecessary to consider the fact that this school has, the entire world's destruction to its names thanks to countless upon countless brutal murders. No one's perfect. Speaking of brutal murders, that's exactly what these games are about. 16 high school students get chosen to participate in a fun and harmless killing game where they're forced to murder each other. All these students were specifically chosen because they resemble the best humanity has to offer, to show that even the largest of hopes can turn to despair. This is why we have characters like the ultimate fanfic creator, the ultimate rich guy, the ultimate assassin, all filled with so much hope. Apparently so hopeful that they suddenly become really good at committing murders and hiding their evidence, as if they've done so before. I mean, some of them have, among various other crimes like harassment, hiding their identity, and overall being a general creep. What else can you expect from the ultimate gang leader, the ultimate hitman, the ultimate Yakuza? If this is the best humanity has to offer, no wonder it fell to ruin so easily. The actual gameplay only truly shines in the trials, which is where all the characters become both the dumbest and most clairvoyant people alive to solve the latest murder. It's up to you to snuff out the killer by asking such mind-boggling questions like, how many sides does an octagon have? You make new discoveries using many different methods, such as truth bullets, hangman, balloon popping, comic books, mind snowboarding. One of those was made up. Can you even guess which one? Find the truth behind killings that become so convoluted that it might take you 2 hours of gameplay just to discern what the murder weapon was. Yeah, he was killed with a knife, but that knife was dull, so it had to have been sharpened first to serve as a weapon, concluding that the killer had to have been in the forging area at some point, but they couldn't have been there before 10:30 because that's when we all met up to have dinner, so they had to have rushed the sharpening job for the killing to still take place at the time it did, meaning whoever killed them is whoever seemed the most tired and sweaty, but the killer could have just drank some coffee and they wouldn't seem tired at all. Well, to find out if that happened, we'll have to look over if anyone was in the kitchen at the time of the body discovery. To start, let's examine everyone's circulatory systems to determine how high everyone's caffeine levels are, then... Whoops, excuse me. I just went on a random tangent that interrupted the whole flow of this video's pacing. Well, don't worry, because these games are great at that. They're also great at repeating. But hey, when you have a complicated murder mystery on your hands, the last things you need to worry about are consistent tone or solid pacing. That effort must be spent on fan service and characters wondering if there's a hidden fantasy hiding between the top and bottom of a bikini. Never mind that we're forced to murder each other, what's most important is that Pekoyama over here spent way too long in the toilet. That's the kind of hope you could only expect from the likes of the ultimate gambler, the ultimate imposter, the ultimate lucky bitch. If you find them annoying, then don't worry. They most likely won't die. Now, I know you probably have a lot of questions about this series' story. How does having random students kill each other lead to the apocalypse? Well, in order to answer that, we must look at the thing that I always dread in stories. Lore. Every story has an engine of lore running it from the shadows. In this series, this is as complicated as it is needlessly edgy and fucked up. In fact, here's footage of me doing research for this video. What the fuck? Now, everything important that happens in this story can all be traced back to one person, Juko Enoshima, the ultimate cunt. She's basically the Palpatine of this series, in that she's someone behind every important plot point, has 20 different backup plans, and always gets brought back no matter how little sense it makes. But hey, why would a mystery-based story need to make sense anyway? Junkrat's whole deal is to spread as much despair as she can, cause it excites her. Never mind the logical paradox in the fact that hopeful things bring you despair, which means you love it, which fills you with hope, which gives you despair, hope, despair, hope, despair, hope, despair, pubic hair. If you're worrying about that, then shut it. Let's discuss Junkyard's history. When her and her sister got enrollment to Hope's Peak, she quickly found out about all the Academy's dark secrets that they had kept hidden for so long. How? Convenience. One of these dark secrets included Izuru Kamakura, the Academy's attempt to create a being of ultimate talent and absolute hope. One would question why they would still keep the school running when they now have the means to create absolute hopes out of nothing, but I digress. Juko Pop over here found this out and sought to turn Izuru to despair. To do this, she created the first killing game, showing him how exciting her ideals truly are. Izuru was like, I could kill you, so easily, but sure, I'll follow your orders, and joined forces with her. After that, Jumanji devised a plan to turn the entire world to despair. How? Mind control. And by mind control, I mean convenience. This story is supposed to analyze human behavior and show how anyone can turn to despair no matter how hopeful they are, so shouldn't there be more focus on giving an actual explanation as to how this bitch made the world fall so easily? Nope, mind control. Well, that plus a healthy bit of warfare and terrorism, which she accomplished thanks to an infinite army of killer robot bears. If you're wondering, yes, it makes absolute sense. Furthermore, I'm just gonna glance over the fact that those bears in question were built by Monica Toa, a child genius who once almost got her entire class to commit unaliving as a prank. Yes, really. Is this making any sense to you so far? Good, cause I'm barely done. You see, as junk drawer made the world burn, Hope's Peak decided to keep its current class locked away inside the school to try and preserve the last bit of hope humanity had left. And instead of just ending that quickly by fucking bombing the place, Jujutsu Kaisen decided to erase the students' school memories and start a brand new killing game with them, which is where Danganronpa 1 takes place.
Be honest, you forgot this video was about a game series, didn't you?
Well, little did Usagi Yojimbo know that this killing game would be her last, as she was found out and finally killed. Afterwards, the surviving students escaped into the outside world. In the end, Hope came out on top. Can I go back inside now? It's really hot out here. Now, did you really think I was done talking? Did you really think the story would end once the main villain died? Well, I hope you're ready for the words hope and despair to be ingrained in your Compact's credulous cranium somewhere, cause if I had to suffer, so do you. After junk food died, the surviving students of Hope joined the Future Foundation as they fight to restore the world to its former state. Yes, this story about psychoanalysis and murder dramas is now basically a sci-fi apocalypse story about a resistance using laser beams to fight an army of robot Ursine. Because anime. Most of Juvenile's disciples committed mass unaliving after her demise, but some of them, including Izuru, kept going, being dubbed the Remnants of Despair. I call them junkies. They would try everything to keep their leader's legacy alive, down to using the most extreme methods, from to and even. Eventually, these junkies got caught by the Future Foundation and put into a virtual world to try and restore their hope. How? Convenience. Why they weren't just killed, seeing how it would probably bring more hope to the world if the last remaining Despair Sims are straight dead, is beyond me. But hey, it resulted in the main character going Super Saiyan and Emperor being restored in the end, so I can't complain that much. Let's not think about the twisted logic behind all this. I mean, we're literally forced to, seeing how these are games about mystery solving, but whatever. But that is where the story ends. I mean, there was that time when that sadistic inventor child I mentioned earlier decided to wage a war between adults and kids alongside classmates whose backstories are so fucked up that I won't even mention them because learning them genuinely made me uncomfortable. But besides that, this is where the story ends. At least, that's where it ends in this timeline. That's right, we're going there. Alternate timelines. Did you honestly expect the story not to feature that at this point? What are you, fucking stupid? Do you know what show you're watching? Anyway, in this other timeline, everything that I just told you about is fake. Just a work of fiction that this world fell in love with. The game in question actually takes place inside a reality show based on the fiction. This show has been going on for 53 seasons canonically. Makes one consider that, seeing how TV show seasons usually take a year each to get done at the minimum, and assuming this game takes place in 2017, the show's been going on since at least 1964. That means it would have aired alongside the likes of Flintstones, Batman, and Star Trek. Or Astro Boy and Speed Racer if you want to stay localized. And if the show started in 2010 instead, the game would take place in 2063. Television definitely would have died out at that point, so either the show is on streaming or it's a web show. Anyway you slice it, it's stupid. Why would the creators pull a twist like this seemingly out of nowhere? I'd say because they had some interesting commentary to give, but I'm pretty sure they just wanted to feel smart. Besides, nothing is as disparaging as wasting your time for the writer's satisfaction of pulling one over on their audience. I would know. So as a quick summary, Danganronpa is a series of mystery games that take you through a simulation of the mind of a high school student, including all the murderous rage, horniness, and logic-defying naivety that comes with it. Did you get all that? Good. That was the simple stuff.